It's been 18 years since I last walked the streets of Calico at Knott's Berry Farm. Do you want to know what got me back? Oddly enough, the thing for the past 18 years I had been avoiding. Conversations with theme park characters.
Excuse me, what?
Knott's Berry Farm has assembled the quintessential theme park live-action role-playing experience. Witness my transformation from a heavy metal concert-going dude to a straight-up Western finger gunslinger.
Ooh, guys, come to Calico. Please come to Knott's Berry Farm.
This is Knott's Berry Farm, Ghost Town Alive. I cannot begin to explain the technical challenges behind writing and organizing an immersive theater experience like this one, so let me start by walking you through our day. Our first introduction to the quote, main characters, some of the citizens of Calico, was at 9:30 a.m.
What is that? Call to attention.
Call to attention, very official. That's how we do it in the cavalry. What?
Hey, what is it?
Hey, Kid Friday, how many times have I warned you about bathing in public?
3, 2, 1. This year's Founders Day celebration. Come on, folks. Let's all go to jail.
Every Ghost Town Alive day plays out in a very, very similar way. In fact, some might say this town is caught in a loop. Much like the beloved film Groundhog Day starring Bill Murray, this town wakes up every morning and it's Founders Day. This provides not only a main storyline for the cast to follow, but also creates a replay aspect that you'll normally not find in any theater-going experience. After all, these characters are human, and each interaction they have with guests can shift the story slightly one way or another.
All right, good citizens of Calico, welcome. As your acting mayor, order in the court.
I think you mean odor in the court.
Part of me, when deciding to go to Knott's Berry Farm, was so excited about the theme park, the rides, the food, the history.
So the Ghost Town and Knott's Berry Farm actually came before Disneyland, and so this bar actually came before any area of Frontierland at Disneyland or any other Disney park. And the sarsaparilla is classic old-fashioned root beer.
I might have hinted at this a little bit earlier in the video, but admittedly, almost no part of me was looking forward to the Ghost Town Alive experience. It wasn't because I didn't want to, it just wasn't ever my thing before. Up until this point, I was kind of avoiding it until Josh gave me that nudge I needed in the form of a visit to Town Hall.
Well, pick a good cowboy name.
Cowboy, I get to pick a name?
I don't know.
Let me go ahead and have you raise your right hand and repeat after me.
I
State your name.
state my name.
Do hereby swear
Do hereby swear
to obey the rules of town.
to obey the rules of town.
Be good citizens.
Be good citizens.
Friendly neighbors.
Friendly neighbors.
That's right. Now go ahead and put your hands down. Now we're going to make it official by yelling yeehaw. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Welcome aboard.
Now that I was officially granted dual citizenship in both Calico and Orlando, Florida, we made our next stop at the schoolhouse, which was oddly enough right next door, where I was asked by Noble Johnson, the headmaster of the school, where I got my hat I was wearing.
Through the mail system, it's a new storefront called Amazon.
Oh.
Yeah.
From the Amazon?
From the well, they've relocated part of the.
So they're branching out?
They're branching, yeah, the Amazon has been branching out quite a bit.
Now, where are y'all from, by the way?
I am from Orlando, Florida.
From?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Well, actually, fun story, last time I was here was 18 years ago. I was 9 years old when I was last in Calico. And we found a spot right over there where I took a photo. You know, we recreated that photo, so that's cool.
That is a good story.
And
what were you doing in the photo?
I was there used to be a bench there with some of the stagnant town members. Actually, that was the other one that I was posing with over there, like the same exact figures.
Yeah, over by the train station.
Which is so funny that a lot of time has passed and now I'm 27. What your name was?
Oh, Noble.
Noble. It's a very noble name.
Thank you very much. I try to live up to it.
You're doing a great job.
And you're here at the schoolhouse?
That's right. I'm the headmaster of the school.
That's awesome.
Where y'all headed next?
We're headed kind of towards the front of.
Actually back towards the essay office.
Oh, do you think you could do me a little favor?
Sure.
I have this rock collection here, and I wasn't sure if you had any insight as to what I might have found, because I've been just piecing all these together since I've been little, and I don't know if there's anything you might recognize that you could find more information about.
Okay.
What do you think? So what stones here stand out to you?
I mean, there's a blue one in there. There's a
this blue one?
There's one that kind of looks like gold.
Oh, this one here?
I believe so.
Well, do you think it might be real gold?
I mean,
Could be.
yeah, could be.
Do you think you can try and figure out for me? Could you take that over to the assay office for me and find out if it's some real gold?
Of course.
Well,
Thank you
Love
very
to.
much.
Thank you.
Now, if it is real gold, you gotta be real careful that no bandits come by.
all right.
Okay.
Make sure to
Right.
keep it hidden.
All right, you keep your eyes peeled.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
We'll take it right up there.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Right now we are headed to the essay office because we've been given a possible piece of gold. And this is a delivery mission, but we're also supposed to be hiding this, so let me not show the other town members what I've got because that could be very dangerous and I don't want to get into any more trouble than I already might be in.
Our stop by the essay office was probably my favorite interaction for the day, solely for his reaction alone.
Oh my,
Gold.
my, oh my, oh yes, oh yes, oh my, oh. Wow, 13 pennyweight of approximately 18 karat gold.
That's a good
That's a
find.
fair amount of gold
Yeah.
there, yes sir.
So if you were a good citizen, you'd return it.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Of course.
One of the coolest things about the Ghost Town Alive experience is that you could like literally side quest all day like it is Red Dead Redemption. And I know that sounds a little weird for those who don't play video games, but going into almost any of these buildings with characters inside of it, they will be able to send you on some smaller mission where you could interact with more and more characters if that's what you want to do. But one of the coolest things about it is that you don't have to interact if you don't want to. You don't have to go out of your way if you don't want to. And that's another thing that I do always keep in mind because I know Isabel, who's normally on these videos with us, does not like that kind of stuff, and that's totally fine.
A nugget of 13 pennyweight, consisting of approximately 18 karat gold.
Oh my goodness, that sounds like quite a lot.
It could be. It could be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, do you think you could take that over to the bank for me, make sure it's nice and safe?
Sure, absolutely. Put it down on your name.
Oh, yes, please. Or put it in the schoolhouse's name. I want to make sure that the funds go to the schoolhouse.
The old schoolhouse.
What do you think?
We have this gold that is definitely worth something, and the schoolhouse teacher said maybe we should just put it in the bank, so now we're heading to the bank to make a deposit in the name of the school.
Or we could just put it in our name.
Or you can just put it on your name.
guy.
Well, then be a bad guy.
I think I might just turn heel right here, become a bad guy. I don't know. The bank guy is saying hi to us.
Afternoon. We're all right. We're gonna make a deposit.
Make a deposit. Well, come on in.
The remainder of my day consisted of me learning the town of Calico like the back of my hand, meeting strangers in nearly every one of the storefronts in town, while simultaneously moving small parts of the story forward. During this, there would be major breaks in the story throughout the day, many of which met at Town Hall, including trials where theme park guests would play the role of the jury.
Your Honor, my client's right. He has a point. All of this is just a little bit too convenient.
All right, I assure you that a fair trial will be held.
Soon after that, I took a much-needed lunch break, and no better way than to dine on the most authentic Wild West food imaginable. So West, some might even consider it East. Panda Express. Yes, Knott's Berry Farm does have a Panda Express in their park, and that is exactly where I chose to eat today.
As much as I would like to joke about this meal, let me just say, as somebody who has stomach issues, eating a lot of barbecue stuff or things that I'm not familiar with at a theme park is always an option, but it's something I'm familiar with and it's very solid food. So I'm sorry, that wasn't meant to be a joke, but I'm legitimately happy that they have Panda here.
After lunch, I stopped by Noble for what felt like the 10th time that day, but for some reason, the story just kept leading us back to him.
My very last conversation with Noble, I didn't actually record the back half of it on my camera because I wanted to just really talk to him, me to character. I basically told him that I have had struggles in the past with interacting with different characters within the theme park setting. It wasn't here at Knott's Berry Farm per se, but in the past I was very, personally, I was very terrified of certain characters, terrified of interacting with face characters, and that's not even just when I was a kid, that was semi-recently because I've had some really bad experiences in the past. I said this to him personally, but I do want to say it now. Noble is the best character that I interacted with today. Seriously, he helps me today more than anybody has in the recent past, and it's a weird situation because obviously, within the realm, but just the way we spoke, we were all within the town at the same time. It was just this surreal moment for me, and I also just didn't want to record it. I didn't want to, document that just because I wanted it to be that real moment between us. And now, of course, I'm talking about it, so I guess I'm documenting it. But again, thank you so much to Noble, and I hope at some point you make your way here to see this video. If you do, let me know via direct message, Noble, or elsewhere. Seriously, like, you helped so much. I was thinking originally making this video titled, like, you know, I faced my fears at Knott's Berry Farm, because I really was feeling that way when, you know, I decided to come here. At the same time, like, this whole experience was something I wanted to do because I wanted to do it for me, but also because it's amazingly fun, and that's what I found out today. I know that's a weird way to present things, but that's seriously, this is my raw reaction here at Knott's Berry Farm, which I've only ridden a few things today, and that is 100% fine with me because the amount of fun I have had here in the ghost town. And it's just the entire cast here is absolutely outstanding. Never once did I see any of them break character. Never once did I see them have any type of like negative interaction, whether it be somebody who's kind of barging in on an already existing conversation between a guest and another character. The level of storytelling that they have here at Knott's Berry Farm is just above and beyond anything I expected when originally I was invited out by Knott's Berry Farm, which I don't know if I mentioned before, but I was invited out by Knott's Berry Farm for this media event, which is National Cowboy Day, and that's why I turned into a cowboy.
As my day in Calico was nearing its end, there was still one last tradition to close out the Founders Day celebration. The Hoedown, including live music, singing, dancing, and a whimsical, lighthearted way to wrap up the day in a way that I honestly don't want to spoil. I tried my best in this video to not reveal too much about the main storyline because, kind of like a movie trailer or review, I'm kind of trying to get you to experience it yourself. Running select dates between now and September 5th, 2022, the award-winning Ghost Town Alive really does immerse guests in a storytelling adventure like no other. And that's not just a line fed to me by Knott's Berry Farm, that's legitimately how I feel. And if you still don't believe me, I guess you might have to go experience it yourself.
I would also like to give a huge thank you to Knott's Berry Farm for having us out today. Thank you. This is my first media event ever, and I hope I did it justice, at least here on YouTube. We did post some other things to our other channels on TikTok and Instagram. Check those out if you haven't already. Our links are in the description as always.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for joining us today. If you haven't yet, please hit subscribe, bell icon, like. It does help us get in front of new people. Any comment does help. We still are a new growing channel. Until next time, we will see you guys real soon. Bye.